Thank you for joining us live on the BombCast. I'm Ethan with BombBomb.
I'm Steve with BombBomb as well. For the third week in a row, I'm excited to be on yet again.
It's awesome. If you missed Jason, Jason is on vacation in the beautiful mountains of Colorado. So we are filling in, but we're filling in on a really special week. This week we're launching a first of its kind project. We first did this style of first of its kind project with the real estate video influencers. And what we did was surveyed the scene and found some of the best real estate professionals using video. We found their examples, we found their lessons, their teachings. We put it together into a beautiful digital, and we opted to go analog as well, keeping it old school magazine style. For the purpose of really just celebrating, it's something that was missing in the industry in general. And so we thought we would do the same with mortgage.
Yeah.
And we've done just that.
Yeah, so today marks the release of our guide. We have a bunch of people that we're celebrating within the guide, but the thrust behind this, the main thrust behind these guides, it's not just to celebrate, which we will, and we are during this BombCast. You guys are going to see that, but we wanted to do something that was going to be different than all the other guides that may have been released in your industry. But Ethan, before we go over what's different, I think what's really different with this mortgage guide is there really hasn't been very many top 100, top 50, top 20, top 200 lists. Unlike real estate and the guy that we released there, we were competing with a bunch of other top whatever lists.
Typically top producers, top sales volume, top transaction sides.
Social influencers, everything under the sun. There really hasn't been that many in mortgage. But as I digress, and we go back, the main thrust isn't to create just that top list. We were like, how can we celebrate the best people, but provide some of the best training in the industry? Because everyone's trying to figure out video, right? Everyone's trying to figure out when they should be recording video, how they should be recording video, best practices, best ways to
generate. What channels does it go in? Where do I put these videos?
Yeah, and so we were like, okay, well, let's do some research. And we did that research for real estate. It went over with great fanfare, and we got tens of thousands of downloads on the guide, and people loved learning from those guides because we not only ranked them, but we provided insight into their Facebook page, their YouTube page, and people could click through and watch examples and videos. But the best part was the interviews with each one of the finalists. So we wanted to take that concept, move that concept over into the mortgage industry, and do the same thing, provide in-depth interviews with the questions that you have. How do I get started? What do I do? How did you get started? And so we ask those questions. We have those answers. They're ranked out. It's broken down into different groups. And Ethan and I are super excited to share with you all of our findings in the first ever mortgage video influencers guide.
But first,
yeah.
Okay, so we decided to do something fun. We are currently in, so if you're just joining us, you haven't caught a BombCast in a while, we're currently in the middle, just starting actually, our Gary Vaynerchuk autographed book giveaway. So this is his first book, Crush It. We'll be giving that away in about 30 minutes or so. And all you have to do to participate in this, we're doing this for 5 weeks. We actually have 5 of these signed books. The next one up is Jab, 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 Right Hook. Steve, you familiar with the Jab, Jab, Jab philosophy?
Yes, I am. Very familiar.
Cool. So this is the book that gave that process the language. This is that value, ask structure of using email, using social, using video in a more effective and more respectful way. And really, again, leading with value. Those are the jabs where you give, make the ask. And so if you want a signed copy of that book, we'll be giving it away next week on the show. And all you need to do is go to BombBomb.com/BombCast. In fact, if you want to throw that in the comments, go to BombBomb.com/BombCast and subscribe. We'll keep you updated on what all the themes are. Typically, this is a project release episode, but typically we bring on a real practitioner, someone who's out there every single day in auto sales or in mortgage or in financial services or in real estate, and unpack with them over a 30-minute, 40-minute conversation sometimes exactly what they're doing every day. That's the essence of the show. So if you want to get updated on that, go subscribe. We'll give you updates about it every week, and feel free to go like BombBomb HQ on Instagram as well. You'll be entered into the drawing, and next week we'll be giving away a signed copy of Jab, 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 Right Hook. And you're just 30 minutes away. If you've already done those things, you're 30 minutes away from knowing whether we're about to drop this in the mail to you. Signed copy of Crush It from Gary Vaynerchuk, whose philosophy significantly influenced our company over the past decade. So,
yeah. And Ethan, I do want to point out that these are your personal books that when you went to VaynerMedia, Gary signed, sat down with us, and literally gave us the books. It wasn't like a book that we purchased with his signature on it.
Yeah, good call.
Yeah. So these are special. They're special books.
They are. And I kept the one I like personally the best, which is the Thank You Economy. It's the most philosophical. A lot of these books are loaded with practical tips, a lot like the Real Estate Video Influencers Guide, as well as the guide we're about to get into.
Yeah, so let's break that down. Let's provide just a couple minutes of history before we do the big reveal and the winners, and what you can expect during the next 20 minutes, 25 minutes of the BombCast is you can expect to learn. Just like our main thrust and focus of the guide was to educate and teach based off of best practices from people doing it in the industry who are absolutely crushing it. The same thing is going to happen on this BombCast. So Ethan and I spent time, we wrote a lot of the content in the guide. Other people helped out too. Of course, Jason did. Jason's probably sad he's missing this launch, and the whole BombBomb team. So we want to take some of the things that we learned reading and writing and watching and give that to you over the BombCast. And so you're going to learn here on the BombCast, and then you're going to hopefully get some basic direction on the pages that you want to visit yourself based off of the breakdown we're going to give you right here. So that's why you're going to want to stick around. That's why you're going to want to watch. So Ethan, why don't you give them the quick, 3 to 4 minute overview
Max. I'll keep this quick so we can get into the first kind of teaching moment and reveal the first category. We are going to reveal all the 25 people that we're celebrating in the guide. So again, we did this with real estate. It got great results. It did exactly what we wanted to do, which is raise up video in that community, celebrate some folks, but more importantly, unpack their strategies, give access to their examples so that more people can learn how to use video more effectively. So in April, we did a nomination period for mortgage. So we reached out to our mortgage customers. We ran it paid and unpaid in social. We reached out to the people who downloaded this guide, many of whom were also mortgage professionals. And we generated about 300 nominations in this process. And so then throughout May, we broke up, scattered into teams, and watched thousands and thousands of videos from these 300 people, and started to take shape. So in real estate, it was a lot easier because we knew we wanted to celebrate people doing home tours and listing videos,
right? People
who are doing community videos, which we regarded as a huge untapped opportunity. Not very many people were doing community videos in real estate. Personal videos with BombBomb and text messaging and email, those kinds of things. With mortgage, we wound up taking a different approach as we kind of would get back to, we'd break apart and go watch hundreds of videos, come back together, talk about what we learned, go watch more videos, come back. And that's how we kind of filter down, how are we going to organize this? And we ended up organizing it by channel. So what we're going to go through here is the all-around category. These are people that were successful in a variety of different styles, in a variety of different channels. Then we're going to get into YouTube. Then we're going to get specifically into BombBomb. People who are emailing and texting these videos generally for the purpose of building relationship. And then we're going to get into Facebook and Instagram as a standalone category of its own. And then honorable mentions, which we didn't rank. We just did by alphabetical, by last name. But people that we didn't know exactly where they fit. There was a lot of competition in all the categories, but we liked these people. And the cool thing about this one is that most of them are in there for their own really unique quality or purpose. And so we'll close by sharing the 5 honorable mentions in here as well. These people came from across North America. We have some Canadians in the mix. The biggest states were California, Texas, Florida, and Colorado, which interesting are 4 of our biggest states in terms of the BombBomb community overall. But we also had 2 folks from Washington, 2 from Arizona, Alberta and British Columbia are both represented. We'll actually see British Columbia really soon here. And then Michigan and Delaware.
Yeah, Delaware made it.
Totally. Rehoboth Beach. I don't want to spoil anything for anyone, but if you know a mortgage lender in Rehoboth Beach, you may know someone that we'll be talking about here shortly. So the neat thing is, as Steve talked about, the goal of this isn't just to prop people up and give rankings, but it gives structure to the project. The one thing that a lot of us were really excited about this time is that we got specific educational videos from 19 of the 25 people. It's more than 3/4 of the people gave us really specific videos about what we recognized about them. So we reached out to them on a one-to-one basis and said, hey, you, we're going to celebrate you as a mortgage video influencer. These are some of the things we think you're doing really well. And here are a set of custom questions that we wrote just for you. And 19 people gave us videos that you can access through the guide once you download it. So again, really specific teaching about what they're doing, how they're doing it, around the reasons that we invited them into the project. So Steve, you ready to get into the all around?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. So the first category here is our all-around category. We're recognizing 5 people, and I can't do a drum roll, so I'm just not going to do that. But are you going to bring up the screen?
I'll pop a screen share here.
There we go. Number 1, Alex McFadyen came in number 1 in our all-around category. What does all-around mean exactly? Well, all-around means that you have a great strategy for most of the video channels, or for a lot of video channels. And that's what Alex is doing so well. You'll find once you watch Alex's video, once you download the guide and you go to the education section, you'll see a video with Alex right there. He breaks it down because he's not only dropping videos on Facebook and Facebook Live, but he's doing Instagram extremely.
And unique videos in Instagram.
Yeah. And so I have some screenshots, which we'll get to that in a moment here with his videos.
Let's round out the category, reveal the all around, and then okay. Steve, how about you share one of your favorite videos from Alex?
Yeah, for sure. So number 1, Alex McFadyen. Number 2, Steve Hougard, longtime BombBomb user as well. And he's just got a really great, unique approach to his videos. Number 3, Lori Richardson, coming in from Englewood, Colorado. So
right up the road.
Yeah. And a Canadian here, Jason Roy. Couldn't miss out with Jason. Excellent overall video strategy. And
he's been doing video for like almost a decade.
Yeah, and Ethan, scroll up just a little bit again here. Guys, if you go back, I'm sorry. Not that far. Just to Jason. Yeah, there we go. So one of the best parts about the guide, and you'll see this here just on the landing page, but also in the guide, those are all live links. You want to check out what Jason's doing on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram. We did all the hard work for you. All you do is you just click through and you can watch the YouTube videos. So if you're thinking of a way that you can create a YouTube plan or an Instagram plan, just check out the best. And finally, number 5 here, Ryan Owens from Tampa, Florida. Same idea. Check out his content. Awesome video and promotional and educational content to round out our top 5 for the all-around category.
One of my favorite things about Ryan, and this is something that everyone has to figure out for him or herself as they get into video, is, am I going to be myself, or do I have a little bit of a different persona when the camera comes on? I think most people who are using video in any of these categories, or in the real estate group, or anyone that's gotten into it, would say, well, just be yourself. I don't know that I saw anyone in all the videos that I watched that was more truly just really over the top himself than Ryan. So it was fun to get him into the all-around category.
For sure, Ryan's great. I do a battle though with also Alex, because Alex talks about that specifically in his videos, the authenticity that video brings, and Alex has his branding, the mortgage pug. Yes. And he brings in his pug and his dog, and it's funny the way. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah.
The way that he describes it, though, he's like, hey, is mortgage always the most exciting topic, or mortgage is the most exciting topic to talk about? No. So what I do is I juxtapose some fun and mortgage at the same time. It shows you uniquely who I am. And I make it fun. And that's what he really exudes through his videos and what he does. One of the main points I took away from Alex is it's not just about all of the views that you get. It's about consistency. Like most things in your life, they're about consistency and doing it on a regular basis. And if you go, and you will be able to do this, click on his YouTube page once you get the guide and flip through, you're going to see a wall of videos. And it's about the feeling that someone gets when they land on a whether it's a Facebook page or the YouTube page, and they just see content and consistent content and knowledge. Are they going to watch all the videos? No. But was the impression made of you being the expert on that topic? Because compare that to going to another LO's page and having their last post being from November 2017, and then you go to Alex's page and he's just boom, boom, boom.
Yep.
And so there's value just in that, whether or not that video was watched, but a lot of his videos have hundreds of views. But there's a lot of value right there. Let me give you an example. Matt, I don't know if you're ready with the video, but let me give you an example of one of Alex's videos, and then we'll move on to the next topic, because here's a quick 1-minute punch of the type of topics that Alex talks about.
Hey guys, it's Alex McFadyen, your mortgage broker with Dominion Lending Centers, and today I'm going to talk to you about property taxes in 60 seconds or less. Now, you've already received your property tax bill, or it will be coming for 2018. So here's a couple things you need to know. On your property tax bill, if you're living in the property, you can claim $570 rebate back to your pocket, so don't miss that money. If you're an investor or the property is being rented out, you cannot claim that. Number two, are you paying your property taxes with your mortgage? You can check this information by online, going to look at your mortgage and seeing the property tax account. You can also see the amount outstanding to see if you have the total amount in that account or you have to top up any more. Number three, if you have an outstanding balance, make sure to go and pay the city that outstanding amount. Number four, check with your city and check with the property taxes to double check and see if you can defer property taxes or claim another grant. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll talk to you very soon.
All right. So that's a great example there of a quick 1-minute video providing value. That's what Alex does. You're going to see that in depth once you download the guide. So check Alex out, #1 in the all-around category. Ethan, why don't you take us to the next category here, read through the list, and then give us some notables.
Okay, cool. So this next one is specifically YouTube channels. So I'm going to do my screen share here. And first up, we have Ryan and RC with the resource.tv. They run it as a page. They do speaking. They do videos in a variety of channels, but their YouTube channel was one of the best that we saw. It speaks primarily to real estate, but it's highly relevant, of course, to the mortgage process, to a consumer, and to mortgage professionals. Weekly episodes, really high production level, which was, in this YouTube category, you'll see people that are doing really simple videos, and you'll see people that are doing high-end production and everything in between. And these guys really approach it like what used to be a television show. Now YouTube channels and YouTube shows have really taken over a lot of that. But it's super high-end production, good energy, and a variety of topics. So they're #1 in this category. Number 2 is Kevin Fritz. Kevin Fritz with Iron Point Mortgage. Love this guy's channel because what he does is takes on lifestyle topics like how to turn old wine bottles into like tiki torches for your patio, like wild stuff like that. And some of these videos have hundreds of thousands of views on them. And then at the end of them, he'll do like a little flip and, try to create a segue into, oh, and by the way, if you're thinking about refinancing or if you're looking at getting a home loan, reach out. So he makes himself available as a resource first. So his channel, you're going to want to click this link and check out his YouTube channel because it's loaded with great ideas. Nicole Rueth up in Englewood, she's doing a lot of video in a variety of channels too. She landed in the YouTube channel. And one of the things I love about her is that she shoots in a variety of ways. So you'll see that they're relatively simple overall. So she's not spending a bunch of time editing and putting graphics on like some of the other folks in the category are. But you'll see her do a very large volume, and she'll do them in a variety of different ways with different cameras, but they're simple and approachable. So I love her channel. We're actually going to see Kelly Zitlow here in just a minute. We're going to watch one of her videos. The thing I really enjoy about Kelly is that she's only been at it for a short period of time. She's only been at it for, I think, maybe 6 months or so. But in the time that she was nominated and we first put her on our list, and we, one of the things we do in the background is rack up how many YouTube videos, how many YouTube views, how many Facebook videos, how many BombBomb videos, how many Instagram videos. We keep track of that. And the growth in her subscribers, the growth in the number of views she has was dramatic. It was like up 25% just in the handful of weeks between initial collection as a nomination to the evaluation. So she's really on fire. And the video that she provides custom to this Mortgage Video Influencers Guide, which you can download, we'll teach you how to do that shortly. She specifically gives 2 strategies on how she grew her channel. And then finally, in this category is Dan Moralez from Holland, Michigan, North Point Bank. And the really unique thing he's doing from everyone else is actually using it a lot for audio syndication. So some of his videos are just graphics with an audio podcast underneath them. And so he's using it as a distribution point and a way to easily embed in a variety of places. And when you title, this is a key takeaway. I'll spoil one of our recommendations, or at least allude to it. One of the things he does well is titles the videos in a way that allows people to find them, right? So if you do an audio version of a podcast, this idea that people are just going to subscribe, you may be missing opportunities to give it a really good title, put it in YouTube, which of course is massive for search results. So let's pop up that video of Kelly Zitlow, who we rank number 4 in the YouTube channel, one of the youngest channels that we looked at, but one of the fastest growing. And we'll see just an example of the kinds of topics she takes on, and then I'll share a nugget that she shared with us that you can access when you download the guide.
Hello everybody, Kelly Zitlow here. So today I'm going to talk about things not to do during the home loan process. Whether you're in the pre-qualification stage or whether you're under contract getting ready to get those keys in your hand, these are the things not to do. Okay, so the first thing is do not change jobs. Okay, so whether that means actually physically starting with a new employer, or maybe you are going to change a position at your same employer, or maybe your employer happens to come to you and says, hey, you're currently a W-2 employee, we want to switch you to a 1099 employee. Stop, don't do that. Give us a call, let's talk, because 1099 employees are treated from an underwriting standpoint different than a W-2 type of wage earner. So do not change jobs during the process if you can all avoid it. Secondly is do not open any new debt during this process. So once we've pulled credit, you want to maintain that credit profile during the process until the day you get your keys. So some of the things that
So you might wonder, does she have a bunch of expensive equipment? How does she put all these together? Where does she come up with her topics? Well, she actually addresses all of that, and I'll share with you here. Again, we'll reveal how you can download this guide, but this is a 44-page guide, and it's not 44 pages of hardcore reading. It's 44 pages of these categories, access to people's examples. You can click and get there. Again, Alex gives you 5 minutes specific to what we celebrated him for in this guide. So he's going to reveal to you in a custom way exactly what he's doing to generate his results across multiple channels. And so Kelly, I won't scroll all the way to Kelly's page, but Kelly's talks specifically about the equipment that she uses. And spoiler, it's a $150 3-light kit that she got on Amazon. So you could have this by this weekend. She talks about the different cameras that she uses. She also talks about how she comes up with her topics. So really great stuff, custom to the categories. But let's move on now to BombBomb. We decided, again, this isn't a BombBomb guide per se. This is a mortgage video influencers guide, but we're seeing someone like Clifton here, Steve, and I'll let you take over. How many videos does Clifton have with us?
He's getting close to 10,000 videos.
The only other person that's achieved that, by the way, is sitting right over here. Danny Dirksen, our own.
That is correct. So Clifton's got he's got his whole team using it. Clifton uses it the most by far, but his whole team is executing on BombBomb. And as Ethan mentioned before, this is a video influencers guide, not just a BombBomb influencer. So we took a really, pragmatic approach to choosing people. We selected people to be in the guide that don't actually have BombBomb at all. Yeah. There are plenty of people in the guide that aren't using BombBomb. We wanted to look at it from a holistic approach. But of course, being BombBomb, we had to have a BombBomb section. And this is one of the most, this is not just because I work for BombBomb, but this is one of the most interesting segments. And the reason why, Ethan, is because people have the ability to view video strategies on YouTube, on Instagram, and on all these social websites because it's out there for everyone to see. What people don't have the ability to see is the one-to-one videos and the strategies behind one-to-one videos and communicating a complex topic or overcoming objections or when to send that video. And so that's something that isn't readily available. You can't go to the one-to-one video site and check out what other people are doing. So that's why this segment is so powerful. Clifton Saunders coming in at number 1. Chris Brown coming in at number 2.
Former BombCast guest. I think he was on episode 3.
Yeah, and he might be coming back. Over 3,500 videos. So amazing work done by Chris. Ruby is who we're going to highlight here in this section. Ruby actually had the least amount of videos out of the 5 finalists. There are a lot of people with more videos in their BombBomb account, but it's not just about the amount of videos you do. It's about your strategy and your quality with the video. So even though she only had a little over 900 when I initially wrote up this section, she made it, and you're going to see exactly why, because I'm going to share an amazing strategy with you in a second. We'll come back to that. Eric Peltier coming in at number 4. Eric's personality comes through. He's got great videos. I love his videos for anniversaries on a refi. And we actually taught to his strategy in the new action plans that Ethan and I talked about yesterday, that BombBomb release, that will tell you what to do and when to do it. We used his strategy. We
also go deep on it. He was also a BombCast guest, and he spent over a half hour with us talking about his specific strategies. So again, if you haven't subscribed to the BombCast, you can do it at bombbomb.com/BombCast. We're bringing folks like these forward, and you don't just get to see them in this guide here and get a custom 4-minute video about what they're doing. In some cases, we're bringing these folks on and going 30 minutes deep with them, and you get to know exactly how they're using video in their business every day.
And Jeff Wagner coming in at number 5, a monster, because he's known, and you can actually see it right there in the paragraph. He is a monster appointment setter. He gets out those personal videos and sets those appointments, and he's got a lot of great strategies to share in his video. But let's rewind here, because this was something really unique that we saw with Ruby Grynberg. She had, I'm not even going to describe it because the video is longer, and I actually want to play the entire video up until the end of this question. I think it's about 2 minutes and 40 seconds. It will be a valuable 2 minutes and 40 seconds. I'm not going to proceed it with anything, and we'll move right on. But you guys will hear the entire story right here from Ruby herself.
Hello, Ruby Grynberg here, and I am talking about how I developed this habit now that I have of every Friday sending everybody in a live transaction a calendar showing exactly what's going on with their purchase or their refinance transaction. So the way that it started was really us brainstorming about how to problem solve some of the things that we were encountering in the day-to-day routine. One thing that kept coming up is people asking, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? And we're just spent a lot of time answering that question and trying to find a more efficient way to handle that. So that was sort of number 1. Number 2 was people were really selective in their hearing. Not surprising to the human race, but a continual disruption in us trying to communicate effectively. And so we would tell somebody we need something by Monday, and they would hear, I kind of need it by Monday, or was that Tuesday, right? So making sure that our message was clear without us banging it over people's heads. So that was number 2. Number 3 was telling one person something doesn't mean that then everybody else in the transaction has that information. And it's really time consuming to call everybody in a transaction. Maybe there are 2 buyers or 3 buyers, listing agent, buyer's agent. So having one thing that could go to everybody solved a lot of problems that way. Those were our main things. I started off just talking in front of a camera, and found that was really boring. And so then, well, boring meaning people weren't watching it, right? So then I started like holding up a piece of paper and going, okay, so you're under contract and did I get really close to the camera? Yeah, that doesn't look so great. Then my team, the brilliant team, boom, came up with this.
You're back. All right, so I think we're back. Are we back?
Yep.
Oh, All right. Yeah. So that's Ruby's example. She uses that calendar behind her, moves the dates, and does that every single Friday, keeping everyone up to date. It saves her time. She continues on. That interview was a long interview, and you're going to get all of that in the guide. So I know we're running short on time. We got 2 more topics to go over here, Ethan, and we need to tell everybody how to get the guide. Why don't you hit the next topic?
Okay. Here we go. Next up is Facebook and Instagram. These are people using video in a variety of ways. We wanted to recognize them in particular and share their examples around using video in Facebook and Instagram. So we'll see a video from Min here. Great energy. It's less of a, it feels to me, less of a mortgage brand and more of like just a popular consumer brand because of the way he approaches the business, approaches the topics, the energy he brings to it. So we'll see the beginning of one of his live videos here in a minute. We have Jason Frazier, who is with Mason McDuffie and does a variety of other work, consulting, teaching. He's a social influencer in addition to a influencer. And so he's home in all these channels. And Jason Stier is super cool. And he really jumped out to us because he does such targeted niche marketing, especially in his Facebook page, specific to the mortgage community and home buying and refinancing, specific to military-oriented products. Jason Velazquez, another one of these guys who brings you into his life. If you watch his videos in Facebook and in Instagram, you'll meet his kids, you'll see his office, you'll see where he lives and works, and he just brings you into his day. It's one of the unique things about doing video and social in particular. Josh Velazquez. And Derrick Polder holding down the 5th position here in this category. Really excited to have all these folks in here. And again, every one of these in the guide and in our digital presentation are active links to their pages, so you can go see exactly what they're doing. But Matt, if you want to queue up one of Min's videos so we can get a sense of how he starts them, and you can take away tips. I won't even describe them. You'll take the tips on the way he promotes the beginning of the show.
What I'm doing is I'm retargeting the people who like and follow us, and we're going to start sending them different books that we have. Our What the Fee book, our Cal HFA book. We're also going to have an FHA book and a VA book coming out. But as we're building that, if there's something that you would like ahead of time, I know some of you guys are requesting blank copies of our VOE, which we can send you as well. Leave us a message below or direct message us, and we'll send it to you. So, all right, guys, FHA, Federal Housing Authority. Sorry. I'm a little nervous today. I don't know why I'm nervous. You know, I'm doing this so often, but I'm still nervous. So Federal Housing Authority, the power of FHA. So FHA loan is probably the easiest way to get into home ownership. FHA loans is very forgiving when it comes to credit. You know, these down.
So he does these weeknights when people are at home. He does them in the evening, and you can tell the style. He's very natural. You might look at it and say, gosh, that's not sufficiently professional. You can also look at it and say, this is the kind of thing that, you know, your neighbor 3 doors down would really enjoy watching because it's high entertainment value. He uses that whiteboard and draws out the theme. He encourages people to subscribe. A lot of really good tips there. So you'll learn from him as well as all the other people in the category when you check out the Mortgage Video Influencers, first of its kind project that we are releasing here on the BombCast. Final category, Steve, what do we have?
Final category. The people that should have made it somehow, but maybe their counts weren't as high as everyone else, but maybe there was something that was missing, but they were just doing something so well that we had to add them in. And
couldn't leave them out.
Yeah, we couldn't leave them out. And all these people are amazing. We have Michelle Castle coming in from Texas and Guild Mortgage at number 1. Oh, actually, these aren't ranked. In
alphabetical by last name.
Yes, that is correct. Pete Green from Atlantic Bay Mortgage, longtime BombBomb customer. There's our Delaware person, Pete Green. Michael Harrington coming in out of Houston, Texas from Prime Lending. We have
really unique strategy on Facebook to engage luxury real estate agents. Really cool stuff that he's doing.
Yeah, and that's what we're going to talk about a little bit with John King here too. That's our highlight for this section before we actually drop the guide from California and Summit Funding. And finally, Scott, last but not least, Pendleton from Tampa, Florida. All of these people deserve to be in the guide. gonna quickly highlight John King here for a moment, because John King, he's got when you watch the interview in the guide, he talks a lot about evergreen video strategies and what are the videos that he can create that have a long shelf life that people can watch again and again and again. Or when certain questions come up, he can send that out, whether it be through YouTube or through a BombBomb video email. He can answer those questions. And he talks about how his conversations go and then how he follows up with even more value from a more in-depth video. And he gets a long shelf life from these videos that he's creating. He's got Motivation Mondays and Wisdom Wednesdays and Thankful Thursdays. So he's got consistency in his process. And he talks about bringing that consistency into your video strategy and how he doesn't record each one on Mondays and Wednesdays and Thursdays, but gives you the strategy for doing so. There's some great graphics here, and I gave Matt some of these graphics if you want to pop those up. I don't know if they can see them now, Matt, or not, but these are just some of the topics that John King talks about in his videos. Again, they're educationally focused, and they're videos that he knows that he can use again and again. I know we've gone for 37 minutes, and these people they're dying. They want the guide, Ethan. So let's button this up. Let's tell them how they can get the guide, and also talk about the book, the Gary V book, and what we're going to do next week too.
Okay, cool. So again, we're presenting this digitally, but a lot of the best stuff that we talked about, especially the custom videos that people gave us, again, the complete rankings and educational guide to using video to build relationships and close loans. And that's what you're trying to do. And so if you go to mortgagevideoinfluencers.com, or if you want to go the long way, you can go bombomb.com/mortgagevideoinfluencers. But it's simply mortgagevideoinfluencers.com. We'll drop the link into the comments there. And also, by the way, if you're in real estate and you missed it, or you want to see the real estate guide as well, that's just bombomb.com/revideoinfluencers. And you can access, again, all the people that we introduced here. You can learn more about them, drop in your email address, get the guide. Again, 44 pages, beautifully designed. And again, some really custom material that you can't get anywhere else. This is a video that Steve Hougard recorded just for this project, just for you, just to unpack how he's using video in email. And I love his some of his videos in YouTube, beautifully produced, kind of scripted. They're customer testimonial. He also has a great why video, like what is my purpose? What is my motivation for being in this business, that really helps attract people. So people giving you custom tips specific to this guide, and you can get it at mortgagevideoinfluencers.com or bombomb.com/mortgagevideoinfluencers. And again, the real estate guide is at /REvideoinfluencers. Now,
let's do the Gary V.
Let's do the Gary V giveaway. Now, again, we have 5 of these books. This is the first giveaway. It is the signed copy of Crush It. Probably my second favorite book of his. And at the time in particular, it was just revolutionary. It's signed by Gary Vaynerchuk. And even today, I reread it about a year ago, and it's still
holds true,
relevant today as it was then. So the winner of this book, chosen again from people who have subscribed to the BombCast. All you need to do is subscribe. Go to bombomb.com/BombCast, put in your email address, and we'll make sure to remind you what the topic is, who the guests are. Sometimes we do topics like these where we reveal a project or an asset or a theme like that. And other times we're bringing on people, several of them in this Mortgage Video Influencer Guide, and go deep on these strategies. So you can subscribe at bombomb.com/BombCast for your shot at winning this book next week, also autographed by Gary Vaynerchuk. And this,
right. Who's the winner?
Is going to Jennifer Gurnell of Guilford, Connecticut, who is.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jennifer, for being a BombCast subscriber. Thank you. She is also a relatively new BombBomb customer who's getting out of the gates. I think she's recorded like 20 videos or something so far in less than a month. She is also a follower of ours on Instagram at BombBombHQ. If you're on Instagram, you should check us out. So thank you, Jennifer. Congratulations, Jennifer. And again, if you want your chance to win this signed book, we'll be doing it next week at about this time. And all you need to do is subscribe to the BombCast and check us out on Instagram.
Yeah, and to close this out, we probably should have opened with this, Ethan. If you are not in the mortgage industry, this guide will still benefit you because it's about overall video strategies, and there are so many nuggets of great information. It was humbling watching the videos and listening to the videos that everyone recorded because, you think we have a video company and we watch video and we teach on video every single day. And you think like you know what you're doing with video. And then you watch these brilliant people and you hear about their strategies and you realize that you don't know as much as you think you know. And it was really humbling to do this project, to interact with these people and to put forth a guide like this. We hope you guys absolutely love the guide and you find massive value in it. And if you're not in mortgage, you're still going to find value. So go check it out and we'll see you on the next BombCast.